Hey man, just giving you a quick call. I just wanted to let you know that you are so close, dude. You're so much closer than you think. A lot of these big goals that we've had and these big aspirations, they're right around the corner for you, dude. So you just cannot give up. So stoked for you to see this. P.S. We bought a Lambo. So keep going, bro. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Bryson. This is the Bryson Everyday Project Podcast. This podcast is a little bit different than other ones out there. Here, I only focus on documentation. I don't focus on quality or being professional or being entertaining. If that sounds like something you're interested in, I'd love for you to stick around and give the show a listen. You can also follow me on Instagram at BRQUSE. Thank you so much. Here's the show. Yo, what's going on? My brain is fried, dude. All I've been doing is working in Notion today, just a shit ton of formulas, a shit ton of, funneling through, with logic. So someone signs up, they go through the onboarding thing. If they are a weekly check-in, then they go to this database. But if they're not, then they go to, or if they're bi-weekly, then they go to this database. And if they are monthly, they go to this database. But either way, they all get linked to another database, but it's different, routing, depending on which one they go to initially. And then based off of that, what happens when they're there? It's like, okay, well, I need to make sure that they are either invisible or idle until they get touched so that there's just not random shit clogging up space. So, that's the best way I can explain one of the many things that I did today. But, oh my hell. What I need to do is just focus on one thing right now. Just one thing and just complete it top to bottom and then not touch anything else. Because I do this thing where I get something and it works good. And then I'm like, cool, well, I think that's done. And then I go and make a different thing. And then I get stuck on that, and then I finish that, and I'm like, you know what, dude? Because I should have just waited. I could have made this other thing much better. Here's how I can fix it, whatever, And then I have to go back to the other thing and almost like redo it. I actually just redid the entire onboarding system here. So now instead of it being all one big master log, which it still is, I just removed onboarding everything from it and made onboarding its own thing. And because I did that, I had to redo everything that I already made. But now that that's done, I can keep on going on other stuff. But I've just got so many different things going on. And so Mina said he was on vacation, but he is somewhat active in these group chats and in talking with the other coaches. And I'm trying to be respectful and not talk to him at all. Just if he said he's on vacation, then I want to respect that. I also want to keep quiet until everything is done. So that way it's just like one big, here you go, boom, it's done kind of thing. You know what I mean? So, oh man, dude, this has been so much fun, and I've enjoyed creating all of this a lot, and it's been great. But part of me feels like I'm really looking forward to when this is done. That way we can all start using it. And then that way I can kind of back off of such intense focus on one singular thing. I don't know if that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I said, but I don't want to be so hyper-focused, or not hyper. That's not even, what am I trying to say? I want to work on other shit. You know what I mean? Because hold on. What do I mean? I want to work on other things. And I think the reason why is because there is so many moving pieces to this that I just want to pause and just move on. I just want this to work, can see how it works with actual people in it and people using it. And I'm sure I'll have to tweak a lot of stuff to people's preferences and to, a lot of things probably won't work the way that I think they'll work in my head. So I have to go back and fix some stuff. But I've got so much shit here, dude. This is... Holy shit, dude. I just need to focus on one thing. So what I did today, among many things, was I completed the community manager's dashboard, and I'm pretty sure it's done. The way that it's set up right now, it works awesome, and I love how it looks. I think it flows really nice. It's very organized. It's very blocky, very symmetrical. It looks good, and I love it. So we got a place up top for them to log their shifts. They click start new shift, and then boom, they're good to go. Once they're done, they just click in shift, and you're done. We got quick links below it with programmed buttons. So when they click the button, it takes them to the website. So we've got a spot for them to go to their newest clients. We've got a spot for them to go to the newest intake form responses. We got a spot for them to go to the ME Fitness community. And we've got a button where you click it, and it takes you to a Neato video, and it tells you how to use all this shit. Then we have upcoming milestones. This is 1 year anniversary, so now it's filtered based on the join date of the client, and then it is filtered in a way that only shows them if they are below the year, and as soon as they're after the year, then they disappear. But it also filters and shows only if they're within a week of this 1 year anniversary, so it's not going to show, 200 people. It's only going to show probably like 10 or 15 at a time. Same exact thing for the 6 month anniversary, but because there's two, to make it so that if it's after 6 months, it doesn't show if it's after 6 months for the 1 year, which I guess it cancels out because there's the within a week. But same thing for the 6 month. Then below that, we have a brand new clients area, and it just populates brand new clients. So as soon as somebody's here, they click the community manager, which is Michelle right now, would click done. Once that is completed, they move down to the onboarding block phase 1, which has their name, notes for onboarding. This is where Michelle would input their URL for the EverFit profile. And then we have a spot that shows what day of onboarding they're currently on, just so that the rest of the coaches can see. So Bob Smith is on day 2 of onboarding. He's on block 3 as well. We have a spot for the date joined, which is automatic. We have an anticipated delivery date, which is 5 days after the date joined, which is automatic as well. Then we have a spot for for Michelle to click off, did they do their intake form, yes or no? And then number 2 would be, did they make an intro post in the community, yes or no? Then she's going to initial, and by initial, I mean just like click her name, and then click done. Once it's done, it's going to leave the view of her, and then it's going to go on to block 2 of onboarding. And this has everything that she would need all in one spot. And I'm stoked. So this felt really good to get done. I like how it looks. I love how it looks. It's great. And then I moved on to the Blue Coach dashboard, which would be Andrew. Now this one is just so messy because there's just so much more to it. And it doesn't really work in nice symmetrical blocks because it doesn't. And I don't really know how to explain it, but the tables and the databases and all that stuff, they're too big to be kind of, squared off so that I can have like a grid system going down here. I mean, I'm sure I could try. It wouldn't be a grid. It would be, I guess technically by definition, it would be a grid. One side would be like 2 inches. The other side would be 12. You know what I mean? So it would look kind of funky, but I could. And the problem is that there's just so much more data. Is that how you say it? So there's so much more data, and it just kind of looks bad if it's not. I don't know, maybe it looks bad because things just aren't where they ought to be. And I think if I show, let's see something. Show, relate to, type. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Should I, client name, payment, I don't know. But it's got a spot for weekly check-ins. It's got a spot for bi-weekly check-ins. It's got a spot for monthly check-ins, is what I was talking about. And it funnels into here. So the client will go, so there's multiple coaches that have check-ins that have these same views. And so they're all going to go to the same database. So Bob Smith joins, he goes to the weekly check-in database. Me, John, and Craig, we all can see that because we're the coaches. But we're not going to see Bob Smith because Bob Smith has not been assigned a coach, so he's invisible. And when he is assigned a coach, then he becomes visible to the coach. Did I just sing that? To the coach who is responsible for his check-ins. And that is automatic because the filters are already set to only show the coaches, the clients that have been assigned to them through this filter. And yeah, so that's that. Then we've got this client adjustment log as well. This is bulky. It's very messy, I think, but it does the job. And then we've got some buttons to go to Chronometer, to go to Canva, to go to ChatGPT, to go to the check-in forms, and then a button on how to use this. And there has to be more things in here as well. We have like a follow-up log. We have, what was the other thing? It's in another one. We have the follow-up log. We have a chart that shows how many people are assigned to which coach. We have a we have that follow-up log like I was just saying, but we have a different view, so it shows how many people are in each group for the follow-up groups, which if you what is the word I'm looking for? If you make follow-up group an acronym, abbreviate it. Is that what it is? What the fuck ever, bro. It's FUG. So I put clients that need to be assigned a follow-up group, in parentheses, FUG, and then parentheses again, LOL. That's me running fucking operations for a business, dude. They need to join a FUG. Dude, I should coin that for this business. Hey guys, how many people are in FUGs? Oh man, Bob Smith needs to be put in a FUG. Dude. Bob Smith is not in a FUG, guys. Put him in a fucking FUG. That's funny, dude. Okay, anyway, so there's that. Then it's got an actual follow-up log itself, which is people, and then the conversation link, and then who followed up with them, what day, what group they're in, so on and so forth. This actually needs to show the group. Something happened here. Oh, it's probably because I deleted it. So what I do, let's make this real quick. So that'd be a relation. No, it wouldn't be. No, this would be a roll-up. So we're going to do a roll-up. We're going to click client link, and we're going to type in group. Oh, it's not in here. So I'd have to make a new relation. See, dude, too many loose ends. I don't know where they are. Dude, it's like, you know what it's like? It's like throwing just 100 strands of rope, and they're all a mile long, into a pile that can fit into a bedroom. And you start off with all the loose ends. Some of them are 5 feet long, some of them are 10 feet, but for the most part, they're all a mile long. And it's like, hey, you got to figure out which ones go with which, and, good luck. And it's like, dude, okay, I guess I'll get started. Okay. Yeah, because this doesn't make sense to me. Things have to be linked together if I'm using multiple databases. And the way that it is linked together, I'm trying to automate it all so that people can't fuck it up. Because currently, what is automated is the client's name. So when they get added, it's just Bob Smith, he's added. But what if I want to link that to another database? I have to manually type in Bob Smith and then click on Bob Smith and make sure that it's the right one. So there's just room for error. Not that I don't trust people, but if I can make it so that there is zero margin for fuck-ups, I think operationally speaking, that's great practice. So trying to make it so when any client gets added to any spot ever, it automatically links everything else to that right then and there. And trying to keep track of how the system flows, who gets added where, when, by how, and then going to that system and then setting up an automation. I'm getting ahead of keeping talking about it, dude. I love this stuff. It is so enjoyable, but like my brain gets fried. Like today, so yesterday and today, I've killed it. I feel so good about everything that I've done. And I even allowed side quest. I even allowed myself to watch I don't want to say allowed myself because I can do it, whatever. I even felt like I could just sit and watch a show and be justified in not working and not, trying to build anything. So I watched. Okay, Mr. or Mrs. Listener, try to take a guess of what TV series I started watching on Hulu. Take a guess. Wrong as fuck. It was Secret Service. It was the Gordon Ramsay Secret Service. So he goes into restaurants without them knowing, sees that they're a shit show, has a camera crew pretend like they're doing some kind of restaurant refresh bullshit, and then the whole time he's just kind of, I guess, spying on them, sees the shitty stuff that they do, sees the shitty owners or whatever. But then at the very end, they revamp the restaurant and they promote some people to head chef and whatever. It's very cool stuff. And yeah, I watched an episode last night, and it's cool because my monitors are on these stands. It's a dual monitor stand, and they just move and maneuver. They're on arms. So I've got this air mattress in my office, and I'm able to actually move the monitor around and face the air mattress, and then go sit on the air mattress or lay down, and it's kind of like I have a little TV. And it's kind of funny because I've always said don't need a TV. Why would I use a TV? And I stand by that because why would I don't need a TV. I've got a monitor, right? And it's just pretty cool, dude. Kind of just laying down watching a show in my goddamn house. I just have never done that before. It's always been on my little laptop or it's been on my little phone. It's never been on, like I've never watched a show on a bigger screen. This is a 31.5-inch, but I don't know, dude, kind of cool. But what was cool is that I felt like I could do that and not feel guilty about it, you know? And why did I choose this? Because I did the thing where I said, you know what, dude, I'm going to watch a movie. And then I went and got some food going, and then I came upstairs, sat here, went on Hulu, and I looked at everything for maybe 15 minutes, and I thought, this is why I don't watch movies, dude. All these I'm good, bro. I'm good. Let's go to YouTube. So I went on YouTube, watched a couple things really quick, another 10 minutes. And then I was like, dude, I want to watch a movie. I want to watch something where I can just lay down and just get invested into a show and then whatever. Then I looked on Hulu again, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes. And I thought, okay, fuck this. What's that first thing I saw? And it was just Gordon Ramsay. So I was like, okay, we're clicking this. We'll see if it's good. Started off, and then first couple scenes, he's going into a restaurant. It's got the light, they got the flashlight, looking at shit, and I'm like, oh, this place is fucked. And then, fast forward an hour, there's an episode in. Watched another one today, and I don't know. It's a little side tangent there, but side quest. Anyway, I've just been. I think that's what I was saying. I love this stuff so much. It's so fun for me. But sometimes it's like, bro, I need to not look at numbers or formulas or date, add, prop, quotation mark, join date, quotation mark, parenthesis, comma, quotation mark, months, quotation mark, 6, comma, curly brace, dude. I know it's what coding is, but I think I'm just in one big hell of a massive learning curve. I don't even think these formulas are... Let's see something. What code language is Notion formulas based off of? Are. What coding languages are Notion formulas? Notion formulas are not based off any traditional programming language. They use a custom expression language created by Notion, inspired by JavaScript and Excel for function types, but they are not JavaScript or Excel. They follow Notion's own logic rules and limited functions. You can't write loops, variables, or complex logic to single expression formulas using supported functions. Cool. So it's JavaScript and Excel, dude. It's kind of like the two shits that I'm really trying to get good at right now, huh? Well, I'm not really trying to get good at Excel, but I am trying to learn how to code. So anyway, that's pretty cool. What else, dude? Yeah, just working. Just no work for Brian yet, which is kind of a bummer, dude. I would really like to get some hours in because as of right now, if we go look at my Operation 27K, so today is Thursday, so that means I have Friday and Saturday. In order for me to stay on track, I need to make $1,000 in the next 2 days. And I've made 405 the first 5 days of this week. So gonna fall short for sure, but I think it's just how it is, dude, because I can't force them to give me work and I can't force them to respond super quick and give me project. I can't. I can reach out and encourage them to, like, hey, I want work. Give me work, But anyway, I'm honestly not too concerned about this as much as I was when I created it, because I now know, based on looking at what the fuck, bro? Okay, real quick. You can't right click the Google Sheets logo and then open with a new tab. You can't right click it, period. It's never worked for me. I have to hold Command and click it for it to open a new tab. That's annoying, dude. Google Docs, you can right click it and click open with new tab. Sometimes I'm one hand in my laptop, dude. I don't want to shit like that, bro. Nobody's ever reported that before. Fix it. Anyway, so we'll go to finances, my financial spreadsheet. So ever since finding out that I'm going to be okay financially and not need another job so long as I work 1.5 hours a day on average every single day for a full month for Brian, for PT Domination, and work 15 hours a week for Mina. So if I were to double my hours with Mina, I wouldn't need PT Domination to survive. However, with them being around, and that's just extra money, that would only help. So, of course, I'm going to keep them around as long as I possibly can, assuming, everything goes well, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of shit that I don't like about it, but I don't know. I'm good. So I don't have to, not that I'm going to just start taking it easy or slow down, but it's nice knowing that what I'm doing now is I'm fine. And I think the beauty in that is I've reached that point where I can now do what's required of me now, but then have all this extra time to do other stuff. And honestly, all this time for other extra stuff for me is just working for Mina, because I want to finish this project and I enjoy it so much, So if I was getting paid if I was getting paid for working for Mina for all these hours, every other word for 6 words right there was 4, dude. If blah 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 for working, if I got paid for working for Mina for all the time that was over extra time, or was extra overtime, what the fuck is going on? That was extra time, overtime, I would be close to 10 hours a day, like no doubt about it. So that's $300 a day. That is $2,100 a week. If you ask me, that's pretty damn good, okay? Because I think that's just shy of $100,000 a year. Because 2,100 times, no, that is 2,100 times 52. Yeah. So that would be sick, because right now I'm definitely clearing like bare minimum 6, bare minimum. Today and yesterday, I definitely racked up 18, 20. Let's think about this. Yeah, dude, I put in 3 hours this morning, and then I've pretty much been doing this since 1 o'clock. It's now 10:30. It's 9.5 hours. Dude, yes. Yeah. So that'd be cool. But I don't know. Dude, like the thought of being able to work 4 hours. So I could say I wake up at 6, start work at 6:30, work till 10:30. That's my shift to pay my bills and eat food. Like that's all I have to do. Cool. Now obviously I want more. I'm not going to just stop at 4 hours. But the thought that is what is okay. And even after I don't have my income from my job, that's going to still be okay. It's going to suffice for me. That's sick. That means that I have from 10:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. to do whatever the fuck I want. So that's in my head, it's 12 straight hours of just grind on my own thing, which right now, maybe that's on pause because I'm just trying to get this thing done for Mina. I also do believe that I will get a nice payout. I would have to believe based on what Mina's told me. And if I'm wrong, then that sucks. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I don't know, I guess we'll see. Because like I said, if he was going to pay me $1,000 to set up Go High Level, I know that is at least what I'll get now. If I had to bet, because it's a fully functioning system with so much more than what he asked for, maybe $2,000, maybe $3,000, at least $1,000 though. So the thought of that is pretty cool. But we'll see. And then I'm gonna just share one more thing, and then I'm gonna peace out. But so in my financial spreadsheet that I made, I factored in saving money and I factored in paying off debt just automatically. Like as soon as I get paid, boom, take care of it. Don't even think about it. Just send the money where it needs to go. We're gonna get ourselves out of debt. And I did it. So that's a pretty cool feeling. I truthfully was kind of hyped to do it, but I know it's not going to be the case always. So I just put in $140 into savings, and then I paid $300 into a loan this month, and in doing so, it counts as my payment. So if you want to look at it a certain way, it's like I just freed up $200 by paying this. So to start the month, I have a loan that costs $200 a month. If I pay $300, for one, I paid the monthly balance, and I overpaid by $100. If I plan to pay 5 more times of $300 this month, it's almost like I'm going to make the payments anyway. And it just so happens that when I make a payment, it cancels out what's due. So it's not like I have to pay 300 times 6 and then also still the payment of 200. It kind of cancels out. So it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but when I don't have that payment as long as I'm trying to pay it, if that makes any sense. Somebody out there understands. A lot of people just think I'm fucking silly. But anyway, so $1,800 this month is going toward this loan. So that means next month, dude, I do this thing where I look so far into the future and then I get upset because the months that I'm talking about aren't summer anymore. And I don't care about summer, spring. I don't care about any of that. Just make sure that it's warm. I don't care about October, January, December, June. I don't give a fuck, dude. As long as it's warm, we're good. But obviously, there's seasons, and obviously, it gets colder during the wintertime. Obviously, it gets hotter during the summertime. So when I'm looking like July, I'm like, fuck, dude. If I look that far in the future, summer's almost over, and it's not really because we have June, July, August, September, and it seems like that's kind of when summer takes a shit. And I don't mean summer of the season. I mean warm weather when I say summer. So, yeah, let's get back on topic here, fuck. So if I look to, I'm going to zoom out. What's going on? So if I look to next month, I will have, at the end of next month, dude, fucking August 1st, sad. August 1st, I'll have the loan paid off, and then I'll only have about $1,000 left of the credit card that is $50 a month, or it has $100 a month. That'll be paid off and then some. So that'll be paid off the first week of August. And then I'll have $1,500-ish remaining to pay off something else. And then by the end of September, I actually haven't even planned that because I know whatever things I could pay off, what I should do is use that for some kind of deposit or something to do for the new place because Lexi and I are planning to move in. Oh, that was the thing. So all that, yes, but also my lease doesn't end the last day of September. It ends the last day of October. Lexi's ends the last day of September, so she's trying to move into a spot for So she's obviously trying to live somewhere, and I offered like you could come here for a month, and I just don't know if that would work. And it's fine because I think I'd like to get out of here sooner than later. So we're just gonna get a new place. So I'm gonna have to pay for rent, but I'm also going to have to pay for my fair share of rent for our new place. So I feel like that's just a hefty expense. Probably, I don't know, dude. It just depends. Some places the security deposit, it's like, well, this one here was like, I think it was $300. It was part of a special. But then you look at other ones and it's like $1,500 or $2,000. So we'll just plan for the worst. We'll say it's $3,000. I pay half of that. I don't know if that's what we're even doing, but we'll just say $1,500. Got to pay normal rent, which is $1,850. We'll just round up with all the utilities and shit. We're at $3,500. So I feel like I need to have $3,500 on October 1st. And if I 1, 2, 3, 4, 21. Oh shit, I will, dude. Dude, that's cool. That's very cool. If I don't, well, actually, I don't know if I will. I don't know, dude. So many variables. At least I have kind of a glimpse into the future based on current trends. So anyway, that's that's where we're at right now. So I paid some shit off, saved some money, and we are cooking. So that is what I wanted to share, and that took me 6 minutes to share. All right. That's it. That's all I got for today. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I will talk to you. Oh, by the way, today is June 5th, 2025, 10:44